everyone, welcome back to another Coding Minds Project Web Conference. So as usual, the hosts for tonight are myself and Terrence Chen. And so today we'll be looking at George's project. George attends Briarwood Elementary School and he's in the 6th grade. So he's made a role-playing game, or more commonly known as RPG game, using Python and Turtle. So once the game starts, the player plays as a character and is immediately immersed in the story. And then the player will face more difficult decisions as the story progresses. So let's take a look at George's game. But before that, George will play a trailer. So whenever you're ready, you can share your screen and begin.
Hi, my name is George, and today I would like to show you my Python 2 project, The Dark Cave. This project is an RPG game. You start in a cave, and then you try and go out and escape to end up with a happy ending. The cave is very dark and mysterious, so that's why I named the project The Dark Cave. Let's first watch the preview together. My idea. My Python 2 project is an RPG. I like RPGs because you could choose and interact with the story to get a different endings, and when you choose a choice, like, it seems normal, but you have no idea if it's a trick or not. I figured that I needed to create a dictionary and functions to make the project easier to handle. How I created my project. I used Python and Visual Studio Code to build my project. During class, I learned Python Turtle and dictionaries, which I use in my project. Python Turtle is used for the visuals such as the buttons, backpack, and the background. A dictionary was used for the game code and the code behind the buttons. So every time you press a scene, it just goes to a different dictionary. Code example 1. Let me annotate. Okay, the first part is walk liquid. So this is a action. It's hard to see, but it's over here too. So the A action is on the first button. So if you click the first choice, the scene walk liquid will appear. The second one is help wait, but in this case it's the second choice, and then it'll direct you to a different function. Okay, let's start with the demo. Okay, so first of all, I need to import Turtle in time so I could use all the graphics. So right over here is just setting up the turtles and stuff to make the visuals. Oops. Okay, the second part is all of the different functions. So the reason that there's a global over here is that it's a global function. So like you could use it in dictionaries without having to use the parentheses after them. So as you could see right over here, it directs the scene to Waterland. So every time the function Waterland is called, it will direct you to this scene. Okay, this part is the game dictionary. So this text would show up on each button, and then this is the first choice, which will appear as text. This is the second choice, will appear as text on the second choice. So these A actions and B actions in the game loop, the game is the scene is equal to the A action. So basically, if you click the first one, the code turns you to the scene where the choice is the first scene. Okay, I should actually tell you the correct answer. So you're supposed to feel your way towards the sound of liquid because we already know that the red path just leads to death. So right here, don't ignore it because you're just going to get trapped in the slime. You're supposed to study the skulls and then keep studying it and then open the box. Then you see there's a red gem in it, so attach it to a stick and mix an axe. As you could see, the stick got removed from your backpack and it got replaced with a bloodstone axe. Okay, so you're supposed to explode the axe, and then as you could see, you came to the beginning now. But the only difference is that now you have a bloodstone axe in your inventory instead of backpack instead of an actual stick. So you sit and wait for help, and then you're supposed to wait how this guy seems. As you could see, he has a different response just because you have an axe. So you have a happy ending. Okay, I'll show you how I coded that part. So for the wait for man, if bloodstone axe and pack, if you have it, detects if you have it. It just searches it if you have it in your backpack. Then the scene is wait for man good. So wait for man good and wait for man bad are both two different scenes. The wait for man good is where it's a happy ending, and wait for man bad is just a sad ending. And then, so basically it redirects you to a scene. I need to find it. Wait for man good and wait for man bad. See how he is really cheery and really nice. But for here, what are you doing here? Yeah. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Oh, very nice game. So the audience members, you guys can put your questions in the chat. You can also, it would be better if you guys just said it out loud as well.
Alrighty, so for your game, is it possible to put pictures or anything?
Like icons and like PNG files.
Yeah, anything.
It is possible because you could it's possible for you to access your files. Like for example, I have I think it's over here. See, so like you could make the image. So you're supposed to put parentheses around it and then the name of the file. Since Visual Studio Code has access to your Downloads tab, if you just type it, it's just going to show it.
All right, Lucas says in the chat, are there any bugs?
Actually, there is one. So it's not necessarily a bug, but like it's annoying. So like wait, oops, wrong thing. Okay, so like you see the backpack, right? Okay. See, okay, so pay attention to the backpack. I put it in my back. As you could see, the backpack goes, backpack goes up instead of drapes down. I want it to make it drape down, but like there seems to be no way, no matter how hard I try.
Interesting. And have you calculated how many different endings your game has?
No, I haven't calculated any.
How long did it take you to make the game?
I think it took me about like 3 weeks or something. 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, and how did you come up with the story for this game?
Well, like, so basically, that's actually a good question. So, I like caves because they're mysterious and like there's many things that you could do in caves, such as like you could find like a really cool looking place. You could find lakes. You could find like, how do you call it? Like stalagmites or something. Like there's many things you could do in a cave. And like I play Minecraft, so that like the caves are the places where you could find like dungeons and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree that caves.
Oh yeah, also for the future, since I only have experience in Python for 4 months, there are still a lot of techniques and skills that I don't know. Like I would like to make the graphics and GUI simpler and visually cleaner. For example, like have you noticed like on the buttons, like it's not like some of the text is not centered. I would like to like find a way like automatically center it across the buttons, so like to make it cleaner. And then also like as you could see over here, the title text is there's a lot of jagged edges. So I want to fix that too.
What were some difficulties you ran into while developing?
Well, like during halfway during the time, I found that it was really hard to manage my work, and there was a couple of glitches because I forgot. Okay, so the first part was like there's a bunch of syntax errors and Boolean errors, but I fixed those really quickly. A major thing was that it was hard to organize most of my functions, so I found out that you could like minimize and maximize these like, how do you call it? Functions? Yeah, functions of code to make it cleaner. Like this is how long the code is. Like if you look on the sidebar over here. But like now look at the thing. It's really cleaned and then it's easy to manage. So every time, so I create a system to managing my work. So every time I'm done with a scene, I just put a check there by commenting it out. So like I know which one. So every time both of them are checked. I just minimize it because I don't have to use it again.
Do you see yourself like improving your code in the near future?
Yeah. Wait, you want me to
Like
talk?
what would you do to improve it?
I said there's like a bug fix where it's like the menu rises up instead of drapes down, and the visual effects to make it more appealing and simple. Also, I'm thinking of making another thing where it shows you your clicking history, so you understand like next time, like you don't make the same mistakes. And I should probably add a back button too, just in case you made the wrong choice.
Also, it'd be cool if you can restart the game in-game instead of like going into the code. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess no.
Okay, then. Oh, if not, then. Do you have anything else to say, George?
I'm pretty sure like you could share files, but like whoever wants this project, I could give it to them. My Gmail is. I'll just type it in the chat.
So are you going to publish it in the future?
I mean, there's no way to publish it, but like if you want it, you could just contact me by the email I posted in the chat, and I'll find a way to send the file towards you. What inspired me? So I like RPG games because you you could choose your own story basically. So you're basically playing the game as a character yourself. I like games that like where you could interact with, not like those fully automatic games. Like for example, I like sandbox games such as Minecraft, Fortnite, and all those stuff. But like RPGs, like it actually drags you into the game. So you just get lost in the game. Yeah.
So if we don't have any last questions for George, we can end it here today. So I think George, I really like your game, and I think that RPGs are a really cool idea to be implementing in using like Python and Turtle. Yeah. So Angel, do you want to end?
Don't we have a slide for the socials?
Or the social?
Yeah, like the Twitter and the Facebook.
Yeah, I got it.
And then for those of you asking in the chat, I don't think there will be a Kahoot today. There might be one next week, so come back next week.
So please follow us on like Facebook and Twitter. It's posted on the screen. And yeah, that's it for tonight's Coding Minds project presentation. Great job, George, on this project. Tune in next week for another Coding Minds conference. We will see you then. We want to thank you on behalf of Coding Minds and have a great evening.
Okay, cool.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You guys, good night. Good job, George.